And ultimately, in the main event, we got a great matchup at flyweight between Brandon Royval and Tatsuro Taira. We got Brandon Royval, who is going on another title run. We saw him get one title opportunity already against Pantoja, come up short in that fight, but came back with a huge win over former UFC champion Brandon Moreno in a main event in Mexico to put himself back in position for a title shot if he wins this fight over Tatsuro Taira, who's an undefeated prospect, taking a big step up in competition to take on Royval and potentially earn himself a title shot after a 5-0 start in the UFC. Taira has fought a lot of, not the greatest competition. His last fight, he did go in there and beat Alex Perez, although it was due to an injury. But Taira's looked really good, impressive. He comes out of Japan, which is a country that the UFC wants to market in, and they're fast-tracking him here with a good matchup to potentially earn a UFC title shot. So we'll see if he can come out here and beat Royval. He's getting his second UFC main event in a row. And stylistically, it's an interesting matchup, though, because we got Brandon Royval, who the guy's takedown defense is horrendous. He can't stop a takedown to save his life, and that's going to be an issue for him in this fight. He's likely going to get taken down. But what Brandon Royval does bring to the flyweight division and why he's so good is he has elite conditioning. He throws insane amount of volume. He has a really long reach. He throws a ton of jabs, and he's trying to kind of just touch you, pepper you, and then make you make a mistake, chase him, and then he'll come with one of these flying knees or wild strikes, and he's gotten some crazy highlight reel knockouts in the UFC. And Tatsuro Taira, I don't think, has really faced a striker that you could say is similar to Brandon Royval. I guess with the jab check hook game, you could put Edgar Chairez in there and say they're similar, but Chairez doesn't have the same dynamic ability as Royval, even though I do think he has a better lead hand attack style. But Royval, I think, is going to be trying to use a lot of jabs, check hooks. Taira's striking is getting better. He has good straight shots down the middle, and he obviously has the threat of the level change, so it opens up his hands a little bit. He has punch power, but even though he keeps his hands high, he has solid defense. He doesn't really move his head too much. I feel like sometimes he can drop his hands when he shoots and be in range and get kind of clipped. So his striking is a little bit suspect to me. I think he needs to keep getting better with the striking, but his wrestling is good. I think he's going to be able to take down Royval pretty easily. And if I'm Taira, I'm just looking to stay heavy in half guard in this fight, kind of use that maybe modified crucifix from half guard that Taira likes to use, but don't be all aggressive, especially early trying to pass and get into these dominant positions, because one thing about Royval is the guy can't scramble. He can make you work to hold him down, and if Taira goes hard early and there's a lot of scrambles, Royval has proven that he has the conditioning to keep it going, whereas Taira hasn't really had that many experiences with that. So if I'm Taira, I'm going to take him down, be position over submission, try to stay heavy in half guard, and have an easy night. And if he does that, I think he'll win pretty easily. But if he goes out there and has an ego battle with Royval where he's trying to submit him and Royval can scramble, get back up to his feet, and he gives Royval more and more opportunities to knock him out, then that's where Royval could potentially get lucky, or not even get lucky, just use his skill set to get the win. But I think Taira should win this fight. I'm not a big fan of Royval, man. I don't pick him in a lot of his fights, and just feel like his style isn't the greatest for winning minutes. And at 125, especially when you get up into these highest levels in the weight class, I don't think you can really bank on guys getting finishes. But Taira, he's still green and he still needs to prove himself. So this is a good fight for him to do that. And I think one of the easier matchups for him near the top of the weight class. I think that Royval, he had that great win over Moreno. That's true. But I didn't think either fighter looked great in that fight. I think Moreno took time off after that because he knew it was a bad performance and he needed to kind of reset. So I'm not taking away anything from Royval, but I don't think it was the best Moreno that he beat. And I just think Taira is going to fight smart and be able to decision him here. So I'm going with Tatsuro Taira in this one. I don't think he's going to finish. I don't think it's going to be anything spectacular, but I think he's going to be able to get the job done over Brandon Royval and move himself into that title picture. But Royval has to have a lot of motivation. I mean, if he wins this fight, he's getting another title shot. They're kind of using a young guy to try to catapult Taira into this position by using Royval, like I said. So Royval might be feeling some sort of way about that. But ultimately, I just think it's a bad matchup for Royval, and Taira's going to use the wrestling to get the win. So that's my pick in that fight. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Put a like down below. Put a comment down below. I really appreciate that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Go to patreon.com/EmeryPredictionGuru. You'll get access to quite a few bets that I have this week and more content that's not on the channel. And you'll be supporting the channel, keeping it going, making sure these videos keep coming out for you guys. As far as my most confident pick of the week, I'm going to go with Tamarov as my most confident pick. Parlay of the week is going to be Taira and Tamarov. So I'll be back soon, guys, giving you guys some more content on the channel. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.